Hey there, StarCraft fans, it's Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today it's going to be a GM game between Light and Ryosis here on 16-bit, the latter edition. This was actually sent to me by a $10 a month patron of mine. He said his games are not good enough to be cast, according to him, so he sent me a replay from one of his favorite players. This is one of those replays, and I'm pretty darn excited to cast it because he wanted me to cast it because he said it was epic. We will see. We will see if this deserves the epic tag. Top right-hand corner of 16-bit, the latter edition, it's the red Protoss player, Light, from Iron Chains. And in the bottom left-hand corner, the blue Zerg player, Ryosis, from Exceed Gaming. So it's going to be ZVP here on the channel today. Yesterday was our Sunday series, where I cast a whole bunch of short games from WCS Austin. Some Protoss wins, some Zerg wins too. Some Zerg wins that seem fairly similar. So I like to do that from time to time. If you haven't watched it, I suggest you go back and check it out. If you haven't watched one of my short games compilations, I just like to see what the short game looks like, what the short game meta is for the current patch of StarCraft 2, because most of the stuff that I cast is like today, where it's 20 minutes, it's 25 minutes, 30 minutes, beyond, and I just don't generally get the 8-minute games, the 12-minute games, the ones that end before that 15-minute mark, because I just don't feel like it's really worth it to show you a game that ends up with one attack and then you're done, and that's your game for Tuesday, for example. I try to get you games that are more back and forth like this one, as usual. But I just like to, every once in a while, post up a series of the short games. Sometimes they're cheese, sometimes they're proxies or cannon rushes, and sometimes they're not. And it just helps me see what's going on inside that meta of people who want to win fast, or people who go for cheeses and fail or win. It's just, I like to see what it is. I learned some things. I definitely learned some things about what the pros are doing in those shorter games, and I hope maybe you will as well. Alright, spawning pool just about done here for Ryosis. Taking his safe expansion is Light. Could really go for a quick third Nexus without really being punished too much from Ryosis here. I just don't see that happening. Sure, that pool's done. He could Ling Flood, I suppose. But then, I mean, at that point, Light just walls off his ramp and says, okay, you forced to cancel on my third, congratulations, but you made a ton of Lings that are doing literally nothing for you, and I'm up on worker count. So I'd like to see a third base coming up, but playing safer, you don't get into GM by being super reckless. I believe somebody has that crocheted on a wall somewhere, somebody's grandmother. Somebody has been going to their grandma's house for many years and seen, yes, you don't become a GM in StarCraft by being reckless all the time. Yes, nodding sagely, learning that lesson from a very young age. I believe what's crocheted on the wall of my grandmother's house is the phrase, grandchildren are God's reward for not killing your children, which I think is very apropos. Makes a lot of sense. She does enjoy her grandchildren quite a bit, and I'm sure she feels it's very true that there were days she wouldn't, I mean, there were days. Perhaps being a mother was not easy, but grandkids are the reward. Alright, so Lings are here from Ryosis. Hey, Zealot, Bob the Zealot, why don't you come out here and try to stop us from killing this Adept? Or this gateway, as an Adept is coming out of the gateway. Oh, got one of the Lings. No, two of them. Alright. Ryosis? Ryosis? Yeah, you're not getting through there. Come on, man. You give that Zealot 3 kills. Wow, Bob the Zealot. That is his day. You don't usually see Zealots this early with 3 kills against Zerg. By golly. Alright, Adept checks to see, where did that Zergling go? I want to kill it so badly. It's hanging out at the front. You want to get it? Here it is. Here's our little puppy Zergling. Puppy Zergling. Can't help itself. Has to run up to the Adept, despite the fact that it's getting killed. Phoenix. In production for Light. Third base coming up at the safe location. Popping for Ryosis right about now. Nowish, I believe is how I'd have to explain that. Twilight Council in production for Light. That's going to be his second Tier 3 technology. Phoenix can kill Scouting Overlord. Overlord's not quite sure what to do with himself. Do I go left? Do I go right? Do I go up, up, down, down, left, right, BA? Select start. The answer is no. He does die. There's really nothing doing if you're a slow Overlord and you're under attack. Oracle in production for Light. It's just late. It's a late or I can't name you Oracle. I'm sorry. We don't have that many names on the list anyway. We'll get to yours. If you suggested one recently, which I think you have, because a lot of you actually have, I'll get to it, I promise. Dark Shrine in production here for Light. Interesting. Dark Shrine Twilight Council. So it's not Archon drops, because he doesn't have a robotics facility. What is your strategy here, Light? Tell me. Tell me of your ways. He's not going to tell me because he can't. Fourth base coming up along the left side for Ryosis. I'm liking the timing on this quite a bit. Still supply blocked. Has he lost more than one Overlord? Yeah. He's lost a couple Overlords to these Phoenix. Well, this Phoenix and this Oracle. Nope, just kidding. Oracle hasn't killed the Overlord because it can't. Are you seriously sending more out? Ryosis, man, what is up? Your APM is 377. Currently over 400, but you're not doing a lot with it. Yeah, Queen Spore, real good against Oracle. You'll get a couple kills, congratulations, but you're taking a lot of damage in the process. Will the Phoenix get rid of the Overlord? Can you transfuse it? Yeah, transfuse is available too. Man, these Overlords need to get back home. There's another one up here that's going the wrong way. Is probably going to get chased down and killed. Oracle getting chased by Queen. Run, Queen. No. No. 11 hit points, and guess what? We do 9 damage with that Acid Spine. That's not good for you. Phoenix getting a little bit greedy here. There you go. Fly to the area where the Queen can't hit you as readily. And can it? Actually, it's going to be pretty close. Pretty darn close. Phoenix wins, and Phoenix dies. I don't think it counts as a win if you die. Wait, there is a robotics facility. Where? Oh, here it is. All right, cool. So this is going to be not Archon drops, but DT drops at this third base where there is no detection. I said at the third base, fourth base, where there is no detection. The natural has detection. Okay, well, here we go. Spore Crawler gone. Queen probably gone here too. You have a lair, so you're morphing in Overseers, I assume. Yes, Overseers definitely morphing in here. Dark Templar have arrived. I've been on the receiving end of a Dark Templar rush when I don't have detection, and it is a bad feeling. So really, I'd never want to feel that one again. All right, fourth base under assault. Queen gets taken down just as soon as she pops some parting drones as they flee, getting hacked away. I think maybe you could go out. Nah, roaches are here. Where's the Overseer, though? I don't know. DT not getting greedy. Not getting greedy. Pulling back, holding the Zolonga Watchtower, killing this Zergling. Wow, you DTs don't listen to anything I say, do you? You really don't. Oracle killing some transferring drones. Wow, Oracle making herself useful here, but they're going to die, too, to these Queens. And the Spore possibly. Yeesh. Scary, scary situation for the Oracle. Scary situation. Templar Archives from Light. He's on 3 bases. He can do whatever he wants, baby. He's got double robotics facility. Double robotics facility. Guess who's making the lurkers? Light is. Ah, you can tell this is on the previous patch because the lurker den's messed up still. They fixed it. They fixed it on the latest patch, which does not include balance changes, so I don't feel bad about casting an older game here because balance is all the same. It's just mostly bug fixes. For example, what was one? There was one that once you reburrow... Ah, it's late. Once you reburrow, a Spore Crawler can shoot immediately instead of like having a bit of a pause before it can shoot. Something like that. I don't know. You can correct me in the comments. Someone who's read those notes more thoroughly and more recently than I. Anyway, Storm being researched by Light. Lurker Den coming in for Ryosis. Immortal Production 2 from Light, which is the correct response here. And a Roach Hydra army. Oracle gets picked out of the sky by those Hydras. But Archon Immortal versus Roach Hydra, pretty good. I'd like to see some Storm against this, but in these small numbers, I think you're going to be okay. With the Archons in the front, some Zealots in the front too. And the Immortals in the back with their... No attack upgrades. Do you really have... No, wow, 0 upgrades at all, period. +1 missile attack is done for Ryosis. Got some more Zealots hoofing it down. They've got that charge upgrade. You can tell because they are hoofing it fast. Trying to see, is there a 5th base? No, there's not. I mean, you would probably get some good damage on it if there was, but there's not. Which is probably a good thing to find. No detection, so can't kill these creep tumors. Good split on his units from Ryosis, though. And are we going to do this? Guardian Shield is up, negating one of the damages done by every one of these attacks. The bottom side not going well for Ryosis at all. Left side doing better. Drones forced to pull off the line here. Not what you want to see if you're defending your 4th base as a Zerg player. Lurkers burrowing in. 1 lurker down, 2 lurkers down, 3. Is he going to kill all the lurkers before he dies? No, almost. Almost, but there's 2 remaining. They're very injured, though. Immortals are great versus lurkers. If your Zerg opponent is making lurkers, just pump a lot of Immortals. Just do it. Do it with detection. They can crush these guys. They do bonus damage versus armored, and it's usually a shellacking, I believe. Yep, usually a shellacking. 4th base warping in for Light. Ooh, and this is a pretty big Roach Hydra Lurker army, man. I don't know if you can save this. Where the heck are you guys? A lot of Storm is here, but those Hydras, man. With +2 missile attack now, mind you. Way better upgrades. for the Zerg player right now. Zealots getting on top of these guys. Lurkers tearing them apart pretty darn well. They don't do bonus damage versus Zealots, but they hit them pretty hard. Nice storm on the Hydras, though. Just eating those storms. Ling's coming in, getting a rebuff tier 2. This is a pretty intense situation for Light right now. Can he save this 4th base? I'm sure he would love to, but I don't think it's going to happen. He's pulling back. He's retreating. Giant explosion of blue flames, and Ryosis coming in once again. A nice storm. And taking out his frustrations on these rocks is Ryosis. Allowing reinforcements to get here a little bit more quickly, too. So good strategic maneuver there. Ling's checking to see what we're dealing with, because there's no scouting necessarily. He's playing in the dark as to exactly what's going on from the Protoss player in that fog of war. Which, I mean, you don't want to be playing in the dark. Changelings are good, Overseer's good, Overlord's good too if they have the speed. This looks like our no man's land right here. Nobody wants to get in here, not even the Observer. Oracle's interested in getting over here, though. A Revelation would be real nice right now. On those Lurkers especially. Do they have the Digging Claws upgrade? They do not. That's a regular speed burrow. A regular speed burrow there, ladies and gentlemen. Spine. Upgrades, yeah, still that +2. Are you still playing upgrade lists? Yeah. Light doesn't believe in upgrades. It's against his religious upbringing. Ryosis feels like... Oh, here it is, though. Nope, just kidding. I thought he was going for it, but just kidding. He faked you out. Good Revelation. Seeing what you're dealing with. Meanwhile, there's a drop of Hydras and Lurkers inside the main base of Light. That's not good for you. Cybernetics core pinned down, picked off. Lurkers getting cleared out by Zealots. Nope, more reinforcements dropping down. Another engagement at the front here. Storms, Archons, is he going through here? I believe he's going on through, ladies and gentlemen. He's trying to crush through these guys. Storms, Archons, Immortals. This army is going to get, well, routed regardless and going to retreat. However, this is a big drop inside the main base of Light right now. Zealots, charge lots are here. If they had attack upgrades, it'd be a lot better. But as it stands, real good against Hydras anyway. Lurker gets picked out of the ground by the Immortal that was just born. I feel like just came from this robotics facility. Guess who's dropping at your natural base, though? Hydras with +2 attack. All your probes say hello. Also, would you mind helping us? It'd be nice if you did. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Well, and there's the pickup and there's the retreat, losing 1 Hydra in the process. That is some very Terran-like droppage out of Ryosis there. 180 to 137 supplies. Zerg player is way in the lead. It is 13,000 resources lost for Light, 15,000 resources lost for Ryosis. Fleet Beacon coming up. It's a 4-basing Protoss, so Fleet Beacon is pretty darn viable, especially at this stage of the game, this 13-minute mark of the game. Oh, Roach Hydra chasing these High Templar and does manage to pick off a couple of them. Can you cancel this? Can you cancel that merge and bring your High Templar back? I actually don't know. I feel like I should know that. I don't think they can, though. I've never seen it happen. Once the merging begins, the merging has to complete, I believe is how that works. But yeah, Archon, basically Archon Immortal right now. A lot of Immortals, 8 of them to be exact. Still no attack upgrades. Working on +1/+1, but it seems like it's late. Yeah, Lurker's all dead thanks to the detection in the sky here for Light. And these Lurkers, too, might be in a bit of trouble. That Lurker got left behind. Sorry, guy. A 2-for-1 scenario there, but guess who's dropping back in? More Ryosis Terran play. Defending Zealots with charge. And not really a great place to land, is there? Nope, Ryosis decides there's not. I'm going to land in the natural base. It seems more friendly down in that section of this this top right-hand corner. Don't land. These Zealots are mean. They now have +1/+1, which makes them even meaner. But just basically trying to keep Light on his toes, trying to keep his attention on his base instead of being aggressive out on the map, I believe is how that works. But 4th base happily running, really nothing defending it for Light right now. It's 61 to 76 Harvesters. Jeez. Resources lost, 14,000 for Light, 18,000 for Ryosis. Yeah, Roach Hydra Lurker not great against Immortal Archon Storm. I mean, the Storm hurts the Lurkers. It doesn't bring them down to very, very low HP, but still, it's not what you want to see. Stalkers trying to finish off this Drop Lord harassment here inside his own base for Light. Get out of here. Rawr. He knows this is here, right? He knows. He knows that 4th base exists. He's also taking a, well, he's got a 5th base, and he's got a 6th base coming up here too. Ryosis spending his money pretty well, going for the Greater Spire, doing things he needs to do to win this game. Broodlords would be fantastic against this composition. Really good. In fact, but guess who's making Corruptors? Ryosis is. Well, yes, obviously, because he's going for Broodlords. Derp. But a Mothership and double Stargate here. So yeah, Carrier is pretty good against Broodlords, as it turns out. The anti-air capabilities are pretty good. How many Hydras are there? 8, 9, 10, 12 of them? 12 Hydras with +2 attack and +1 armor with +3 attack on the way. Not enough. Not enough anti-air for a bunch of carriers. Which is, I think, where Ryosis is going with this. Alright, setting up is Light in a bit of an aggressive position. Not incredibly so, but still pretty aggressive nevertheless. Both players setting up. Tempest production for Light. Okay, so not even bothering with carriers. He knows there's Broodlord likely coming up from Ryosis. Has he... What? Oh, well, can't expand there, it turns out. Does he know there's a Greater Spire? I don't think he does. Yeah, he hasn't scouted it. But at this stage, where are these roaches coming from? They're doing so well! Light, save your probes. Save them. You got roaches in all of your bases right now. Are you just going to try to crush this army and to heck with your probes? I guess. That's so many lurkers, and the spread is so good, too. Finally clears them out. These probes, man, 28 probes have died. 27 drones, I guess. But it's still, 75 to 51 harvesters. Ryosis has done a much better job replacing the workers that he's lost and expanding, too. I guess now successfully expanding here to the 5th base is Light, but man, you're down. You are down in the base count right now. And down in upgrade count too. Oh, the Broodlords. The Broodlords. I think it is kind of engaged. There's a single Tempest. That's not enough. Oh, Ryosis has a window to do this and is deciding to not engage with the Broodlords like he should. The storms are great. Broodlings raining down on top of those High Templar. Not what you want to see, but taking Tempest shots, losing a Broodlord. As there are multiple Tempests now. And yeah, I think the Broodlords have kind of overstayed their welcome a little bit. These Tempests were built exactly 100% to deal with Broodlords in ZVP. I know they're good against battle cruisers and carriers too, but seriously, these guys, Tempests were created with Broodlords in mind, period. The Wings of Liberty days, when dealing with Broodlords, was pretty much impossible for Protoss, are over. Good feedback on that Overseer, good storm on the Hiders at the front. I like how the Tempests are definitely prioritizing these air units. They're not firing on ground units all that much. Marching on in, storming all of these lurkers. Too many Broodlords remaining, though. For some reason, a Time Warp. I mean, might as well use your energy for something, eh, Mothership? I suppose it is. The problem again with Broodlords is they can't retreat. They are slow. They are slow beasts. Corruptors are here, but Archon on the ground and Storm too. Corruptors, not enough. I like the idea from Ryosis here, but it's just not enough. They do take down the Mothership, which is pretty darn great. And you know what? They're kind of winning against the Tempests too, because they're not massive. They're not taking that bonus damage, and they do bonus damage versus armored stuff, which is Tempest are. So you know what? Ryosis is going to win this. Additional Corruptors showing up to this battle, which helps a lot. Archon with 12 kills. Wow, this is a big Corruptor ball with 9 more in production. You may be overmaking Corruptors, I want to say. But I guess everything in the air is dead. No question about that. So it's 174 to 148 supply. Lurkers. Oh, there it is. These Lurker Corruptor right now. Okay. All right. All right, Light. Let's see how you handle this. Where are your Immortals, dude? You have 8 of them. It's a good number. Making carriers now, too, and Void Rays. And here come the Broodlords. Okay, so that's the trick. You got to have sufficient Corruptor numbers if you're going to make Broodlords at this point. Excuse me, at this point of the game. Okay, here we go. Lurkers burrowing in. Nice spread again, trying to bait units into the Lurkers here. Good hit on that Broodlord Cocoon from the Tempest. Setting up his units, being very patient here is Light. Again, his APM is not crazy. It's 187 for the game, especially compared to his Zerg opponent that's very, very low indeed. And here we go from all angles. We got a battle on the north side, on the right side here too. Lurkers trying to stand on it and do what they can. Corruptors dealing with the Tempest, dealing with the Carriers. Immortals trying to handle... Oh, they're getting stuck on those Broodlords, though. Their AI is pretty stupid sometimes. Well, not stuck on the Broodlords, but the Broodlings, rather. Broodlings, rather, retreating from the Broodlords here. There's really nothing to handle those right now. And here comes Ryosis pushing up. Pushing up with his remaining 3 Lurkers and a bunch of Corruptors and a couple Broodlords here. Huddled at his 4th base location. He needs to save this thing or he is in a lot of trouble right now. Yep. Yeah, get too close. Those spines will get ya. +3 spines doing how much to armored? 39 damage. Splash to armored. Immortals still win, but the upgrades are definitely benefiting the Lurkers right now. Yeah, Corruptors can't quite see what to do with themselves. Oh, new mothership popped. That's good. That's pretty nice. Where's your detection? There is some detection here. And just not enough Broodlords to actually siege this. He's at 183 supply, but where the heck is that supply? A lot of Roaches, a lot of Hydras, a lot of Lings coming in. More Broodlords in production here. It's a very, very eclectic group from Ryosis. But yeah, Broodlords calling down. The Broodlings are very confused. There was nothing for them to attack. Overseer dies. There's another Overseer here, though, in Oversight mode. Is he going to lose this base? He's retreating with all of his probes like he's going to lose this base. He just completely gives it up here at the 21-minute mark of our match. That's got to hurt. If you're light here. Can he engage with this army, though? Can Ryosis get it? He's feeling a little cocky. I don't know if he can. I don't know if he can engage here. He loses that base, takes another Nexus up north, though. Just transfers all of his probes up there. No big deal. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Also a base along the left side that Ryosis has is going to die to the Zealots. +1/+1 Zealots with charge. This is a lot of dead drones that are transferring up here. Get out of there, Ryosis. Go! 38 drones have gone down. The number continues to climb here. Some Lings show up. +1 armor Lings. Broodlords getting picked off as they retreat from battle. Oh, they don't save the hatchery, though. All the Zealots die, but the hatch is fine. He brought the whole army back for that. And left the Broodlords alone. That is a mistake that we see, is bringing your entire army back to deal with a run-by, some kind of an attack on one of your expansions. And you kind of leave your slower units behind. It's not great. It's not ideal. Alright, so Lingroad Hydra trying to go after this new 4th base location. 5th base, I guess. For Light, gets chased away by the majority of the army here. From Light, too. So get on out. Get on out of here. Twitch streams for both of these players in the description if they exist. If you want to see more of these guys, feel free to check it out there. Alright, so Light manages to save this base up north, save his new 5th base location. Got Zealots dealing with these Lings pretty well, especially since everybody's cloaked. The Ling run-by is not going to work out super well. Splitting his army so that Ryosis has another army down south, though. He's coming up towards this natural base location. There are some DTs. Is there really no detection from Ryosis? Alright, man. Really, honestly, no detection here. Ling Hydra coming up to this 4th, though. I love the way he's bringing Light back and forth. The recall. Oh, the recall saves it. I thought he could have got that Nexus by sacrificing most of his units, but maybe not. Do you have detection now? He has detection now. Okay. Alright, round 2. Gonna take out a couple gateways here. Gonna take out a bunch of Zealots. Hey, man, free wins are free wins. Meanwhile, chasing down this way is Light. Are we base racing it? I don't think... Yeah, I don't think the army can... What's left here can stop what's here of Ryosis right now. Maybe like Immaculate Storms can win this. I don't see that really necessarily happening. Meanwhile, the Protoss player marching down the left side, virtually unopposed right now. You gotta kill the Zealots, Ryosis. You can't let them just hammer on you like this. Jeez. At least stop in. Don't make the Hydras tank. They're not good at tanking. Doesn't really matter though. Defending, got some Broodlords, got some Hydras, got some Roaches. A couple of bases along the left side have been killed by Light against Ryosis. I just feel like Ryosis has so many more bases, so much more income right now. Continually making Roaches, Hydras, Lings, Spine Crawlers. A couple of Void Raids being made at a time for Light right now. His production facilities are in a heck of a lot of trouble. Yeah, I mean, this attack from Ryosis is pretty darn good. Going after the gateways has got to be his priority right now. Is he actually going home? Yes, because Recall is on cooldown. He has to walk home to save these gateways. Ryosis, you have limited time to kill these production facilities. Can he kill that Stargate? Oh, he doesn't. But the Void Ray comes out and gets killed immediately. That's probably better for Ryosis in the long run. I'm going to try to cancel some of these upgrades. That +2/+2 that's coming up. Nope. Not anymore. Good deny there. Light, he really like to have those upgrades, but he can't. Another Stargate possibly going to die. The storms, the blanket storms. Pretty good. And the army does get cleaned up. But guess who's up here at the 5th base of Ryosis? Lings, Hydras, Roaches. And another Nexus goes down. How many is that? I can't even tell. The units lost tab is too big. But it's got to be at least 3 or 4 at this point, right? Ryosis coming in. Trying to take down the last mining base of Light. He really can't afford to lose this. Good cloak coming up here. There is an Overseer, and the Blanket Storms are so good again. Oh, Ryosis is right on point with those storms, forcing, or rather Light is right on point with those storms, forcing Ryosis back. Trying to replant his 5th base while keeping his other base remaining, while replanting his 4th base, while doing a million things right now. He's trying to get back into this thing. He is... well, he's down 126 to 153, but a lot of that is workers for Ryosis. 50 drones to 23 probes. Once again, heading from north to south. Virtually unopposed. Ah, the Lings got in. The +1 armor Lings got into the new 4th base of Light, and they're going to kill it. A big Roach Hydra army here with a ton of spines, too. Got detection. No Broodlords present. The storms, again, are exactly what Light needs to push in here and take down this base, but he loses his 4th back home. More craziness happening right now. Just a desperate struggle. A lot of dead units, man. Lot of dead units right now. Mothership cloaking these units. The Hydra's getting stuck in a bit of a choke right there. Not what you want to do if you're a Zerg player. Is that a Broodlord or an Overseer trying to morph in? I think that might have been detection trying to morph in here. Does he not have... He doesn't have detection. Oh boy. Oh boy. Zergling's doing a lot more than they should be able to do. They might actually get that Templar Archives. This is scrappy. What an absolutely scrap fest of a game right now. Queens going down to Stalkers. Lings getting cleaned up by DTs. Lings trying to take down the Dark Shrine so they don't continue to be cleaned up by DTs. This southern base of Ryosis is under assault. Only drones here to defend and a couple Hydras popping out to their deaths and to their dooms. I just don't know that Ryosis has enough to directly engage here. It is 25 to 20 Harvesters right now. Ryosis is losing drones like crazy. Finally recalling to what? To this base? Yeah, that makes sense. To his 5th base. And that 6th base. That 6th Nexus is done, but he only has 25 probes. He's oversaturated, though. Did he kill his own pylon by accident there, or was it messing up pathing of some kind? That's definitely what happened. Alright, so checking to see, did that 4th base come back? Well, there are some probes that are long-distance mining, and by the grace of the Kala, these probes do manage to escape unharmed somehow. Production tab, 2 Hydras for Ryosis, a Void Ray, and a Dark Templar, and a probe for Light. Incomes are not good. Not good. Under 1,000 minerals per minute at the 28-minute mark of this game. Both players have lost so much. 89 drones have died compared to 76 probes. What a slugfest this has been so far. Both players taking a bit of a break to lick their wounds. Trying to reestablish their economy a little bit. Both players making workers, making a few units here and there. DT wandering through. Takes a couple spines to the face and is going to die. It is not fast enough on creep to chase away from Hydras with muscular augments. Yeah, pro tip. Don't run away from Hydras on creep if you're a Dark Templar. You're just going to die anyway. You might as well just turn and face the music. Try to kill some of the Hydras in the process of dying. Die like a warrior, I believe is what I'm trying to say here. Lurker. Somehow at this 5th base of Light, yep, 4 kills. All right, 6 kills. You're doing so good against these workers. 7 kills. No, Light, this is not good for you. Detection is here. Detection is almost here. And this Lurker is going to die. Big old spine pops out of the ground there. That's why the Lurker Den is a spine and when it's under construction, is because Lurkers are like 80% spine. Pro tip. Contaminate on the Stargate from Ryosis. All right. That's cool. Dark Templar, Zealots coming up along. This is a kind of a secret base. Nah, Ryosis had a base here previously, and it's died once already. It looks like it may very well die again, though. Zealots, DT, goodbye, Hatchery. Thank you for playing. Light, really happy about that. Ryosis can't do much about it, and he knows it. So that's another hatch that's dead. How many hatches dead? It's only 3 hatches dead so far. I would have thought it was more. And then there's the recall back to the 5th base as a roach comes in. Good recall to deal with this, actually. Losing a Zealot somehow, but again, that's just upgrade. That's just upgrade advantage here. We are sitting on +1/+1 at the 30-minute mark for a Protoss is really bad. +3/+1, much better for Ryosis, especially that +3 attack is going to be a massive upgrade right now. A massive, massive advantage for him. That said, Storm still hurts. Also, Changelings never really got a chance to do anything with their lives. Bottom right-hand corner. In trouble. Storm keeping the army away while Light deals with his bottom right-hand base. Going for it, kind of. Ryosis is just microing back and forth here. Can't quite decide when to engage with what. Zealots on Dark Templar on a whirlwind tour down the left side of 16-bit. Trying to see if there's other stuff they can kill. The answer is no. No, there's not other stuff that they can kill. So they're going to keep going. They're going to keep going down this left side. Army for Light is just threatening his bottom right-hand base. He's not going for it. He's being very patient right now. And there we go. Gets the Nexus. That's the 4th Nexus in this game. 4th Nexus to go down in this game. Zealots and DTs get another one. That's one mining base for Ryosis, y'all. That's not good. That is not good. Roach is causing some problems with the 5th base. Cannon helping to deal with that a little bit. The 6th base up here is in a lot of trouble, though. If these roaches actually started killing probes instead of that assimilator, they're in a lot of trouble. There we go. There we go. In a lot of trouble. 115 to 105 total supply. 27 to 32 total harvesters. It's extremely close. But the Zealots, enough to clean out the roaches, especially with the charge. Another great attack. Storms down this right side. Ryosis can't quite engage with this army. It's not a huge army, but Ryosis' army is not that big either. He wishes he had some Corruptors, but a total of 24 Corruptors have died in this game, and he has 0 remaining. Killing creep with detection, slowly whittling down the vision available for Ryosis. Roach Hydra versus this moderately Skytoss army with some Archon Templar support. There's the Storm. Anytime Ryosis gets close enough to attack, Storm is on top of him. Just on top of him, eating away at his HP. Pulling back a little bit here is Light. And that base is long distance mining, that bottom left-hand base, long distance mining, not replacing this 5th base either. Is Ryosis. His income has got to be abysmal right now. Yeah, 300 compared to 1,200 minerals per minute. Light is having the lead with 2 mining bases compared to effectively 1.5-ish for Ryosis. Once again, just can't engage here. Using prismatic alignment. The Roach is trying to kill the stuff on the ground, but the Void Rays are a big-time problem. Storm on top of the Hydralisks. This might be the final engagement, and that is it. Ryosis with a GG. Ryosis is defeated, and Light is your victor today. 33 minutes and 29 seconds, everybody. That was a good game. That was a great game. What are we looking at? 60,000 resources lost for Light compared to 77 for Ryosis. 104 roaches down, 141 hydras down, 38 lurkers, 24 corruptors, 5 hatcheries. Light lost 17 archons, 130 zealots, a bunch of nexuses. I wish I could see how many it was because I can't even see. 18 high templar. Yeah, just an absolute slugfest. I know I use that word a lot, but this is definitely the epitome of that description. So, that is going to be it for me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another StarCraft2 Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thanks so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.